everyone, welcome back. Today my video is about planning, and it is planning for the future. And so it's something that we do every year. We sit down over Christmas, me and my husband, and we also sit down with the children as well, separately. And we talk about what we want to do in the year coming up. And we have done this, we did this last night, and it was actually really worthwhile process, and I just wanted to share it with you. So what we did was we sat down, we had 4 pieces of paper. We had a personal planning document, so one for each of us, where we brainstormed all the things that we want to do or want to achieve during the next year. We also then had a family one, which was things like days out, things that we wanted to do as a family, like play more games, things like what days out that we want to have, where we want to go on holiday, things like that. And finally we did a planning document for the home. Now that one for me is so worthwhile doing, because it makes us be on the same page, and it just makes us talk through what we want to do, what our expectations are, and also talk about whether we can afford, you know, what we want to do. So when we started, and I'll just share mine with you. So I've just done basically a spidergram with my name, all of the things that I'm thinking about that I might like to do this year. So one of the things is that I've got the courses that I want to do. So I'm going to be doing a teaching course. I'm going to be doing a counselling course, which is something that is definitely a goal for me. I'd also like to learn more about CBT, so cognitive behavioural therapy. So I'm signing up for a course for that as well. And I've set all of that out on my plan as a big brainstorm. And then I've also got some YouTube goals that I'd like to meet, and also some health and fitness goals. And we've done that for both of us personally, so that we can just be thinking more and then actually actioning those things. So we're going to put them up on the wall in the kitchen. And what I want to be doing is looking at those regularly, reviewing where we are, and just be thinking about, right, when am I going to actually be doing this, and so that I can feel, or we can feel, that we are achieving things. It was also really worthwhile when we did the home one, thinking about some of the projects that we might like to do. So in our back garden, the decking has really seen better days and it's really rotten. So I'm going to do some research about whether we replace it all together with more decking, or we go for some patio slabs. So obviously that is on there, and there's obviously a big cost factor to that. Sorting out under the sink, I need to make a new blind, things like decorating Ollie's room, which is a real state. But it's also things like with the home is, what chores can we start to give the children a little bit more? So what could they be doing to help? I'm trying to do that quite a lot, to make sure that they know how to do things, and that's really important to me. A big one is also decluttering. I really need to do a big purge in the attic. There's an awful lot to do up there. The other one, so as I said, was family. So I've got my spidergram of family, things that we would like to go, places we'd like to go. We want to do more bike riding. Now Emily can ride a bike. Places that we would like to visit, and I'm going to probably do a little bit more research on those places and extend that list. We'd also like to plan to do a weekend away, either Easter or in the summer. And we've had some brilliant weekends away. We went to Warwick Castle, did a video about that. We went to London. That was like a long weekend. I think we did four days in the end when we went to London. That was brilliant. We went to Stratford. we went to Bath, we went to Bristol. So we're thinking that we'd like to do another weekend away as a family, but we haven't actually sort of worked out where we want to go at the moment. So I've got that down here to research where we'd like to go. Now for the home stuff, what I've also done as a family or as a couple, we went round each of the rooms of our house and we jotted down all of the jobs that need to be done in our home. So these are the things that I want to achieve in 2019. And what I tend to do is go into each room and try to look really critically at the things that need to be done, because you can get used to things and you need to just try and have a fresh eye and notice things that need to be done. But there are also things that I know need to be done, and whenever I go into that room they bother me, and that I want to get them down on paper and actually work on them. So obviously I went through the kitchen. The under sink is awful, needs work. Cleaning out the cupboards on the left hand side, I did all the ones on the right. And then deep clean the floor, because I do struggle to keep the floor clean. I want to give it a proper polish so that it will hopefully be easier for me to keep it clean. Study, that's a lot about redecorating and possibly decluttering and just reducing what we've got. I'd love to renovate the fireplace surround. It's not a big job, but I would quite like to do that because it's just getting a little bit tatty. I think we probably decorated it, goodness, probably about 8 years ago now, so I think it probably could do with a fresh lick of paint. The garage needs a little bit of decluttering. The attic, I've got things up there that I think we can sell or pass on, so I think we need to do that. But the big one is going to be Ollie's room. I think that the problem with it is that he cannot keep it tidy. I tried to bring in organisation systems and I organised all of his drawers really well, and he can keep on top of that, but it's everything else is a real struggle. So I need to be thinking and introducing some new organisation systems for him so that he can take responsibility and learn how to clear his own room, keep it clear. I can't even get there in there with the Hoover very often because it's so full of stuff. So there's a lot to be done in there. I cannot underestimate how important this process has been, because you can be in your own world and be thinking, oh, I'd like to do this, I'd like to do that, there's bits that need doing in the house, and the other person is not thinking that at all, and they've got no idea that you're trying to sort of work away and achieve lots of things. So I think doing this, talking about it, then having them visibly up on a wall and you can see, right, this is what we're going to be working on. How can we now separate this out, properly action it going forward, so by the end of next year we feel that we've achieved lots of things. I mean, I think the garden, doing the patio, is going to be a really big project for us, and it's something that will probably be Easter and summer that we'll be doing that. So it's going to be a lot of work, but it's a really big thing that we want to try to achieve this year. So get planning. This was a really valuable experience to go round each room, but get planning in terms of the family, your own personal planning, so that you can think about your personal growth, where you are going in the next year. So if you've got any tips for me about how I can help you plan during the next year, then please leave them in the comments box below. And if you're not a subscriber, then I would love to have you. So please click on the subscribe button and join my YouTube family. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.